such a beautiful sight right there. Progress in the motion. I'll be back. All right, first off, man, we got to get some of this stuff taken apart. So let's start with this one here. They put a little block on there and try to stop it. So instead of putting a jack stand on it, they put this thing on top of it. So we'll see what we can do. What else we got? And they got it mounted in there. Let's see what we could do for those. Alright, so we got that off. We got that off. It's just funny how people manipulate things and just mess up stuff. So it is what it is though, man. So you got those in there. And now what we're going to do is slide this whole piece up like that. And then we'll mount it like that. Like I said, man, I hope that this part right here isn't too long and it pushes the bike back towards the back, so we'll see. And like I said, the Condor one, the adjustment is here, so you're sliding this back, so you'll always have the front of it here. So, but at the same time, if the wheel isn't as big as it is now, then that means I gotta slide it back, and more than likely it's gonna go towards the back of the lift. So we'll see. Let's get these taken off, and then we'll come back. All right, we got those four taken out, so now we clear the table off and see if we can get this black part off of here. Yeah, I find it funny, like, this black piece, might use it again, just gotta get everything else secured, but this black piece is not even secured. It's basically laying on top of the table. That's basically it. And it peels right off. Let's see something. Look at how it's all faded. It's all faded. Different stuff was on it, but no, that's what it looks like. All right, I figure what we're gonna do now is measure out. We'll find center somewhere in here so we can mount it to, and then we'll find the center of the stand, and we'll go from there. So we got to take off the bolts off here so we can mount it up here. Y'all check this out, and maybe this is a dilemma y'all gonna hit me for in the comments, but by that time it'll be too late. This is what I'm thinking. If I were to change this around, I'm not gonna change it, so you gotta bear with me. Let me explain. The way that the jack is set up is that this end point is down on this end. So if you had a smaller tire or a bigger tire, you would have to move it from through each of these little holes. So my thinking is this ramp piece was on this end, on the single end. So that would mean that the ramp would never move, but however the backing plate would always move, which I don't feel I'm comfortable with. So when you put it on the stand, you're gonna have to move this piece back that way, which makes the back wheel potentially go off the lift. So this is what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it is what it is, but the Condor that I have, the Condor stand, these holes on this end is made for the ramp for the bike to ride on, and you can make it adjustable. And the piece back here is always stationary, it doesn't move. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this lift. I'm gonna cut this off here, and if I have to, I got maybe, let's say, 2 more spots I could possibly drill in here if I need more room. And then I'm gonna take the back part. I got my lines already. I got a line here about 1 inch off from the inside of the hole back over that way. And I'm gonna cut up and probably make a V here. And that way this piece can fall down onto the floor. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like I say, by the time you guys watch this, I probably already cut it, but at the end of the day, I just feel like that's gonna make it much better, because you still have welding points in there, which that doesn't necessarily compromise the rigidity of it. But however, I just feel like that's a better solution as opposed to what they have on here with you moving the back piece to compensate for the wheel size. So that's what I'm gonna do. You could do what you want to do, but this is what I'm gonna do. So we'll see how this works out for us. You ready, man? That might be a good spot where it is. Did you carry me up? Show me when it's straight. We got the final product. We rolled it on here. Got our stand over there, or our ramp on the end, and we rolled it up. Things that I did not record. Come on over. Come on over. Things I didn't necessarily record it, but we mounted a screw on this side, and we also put one on the other side. And then in the front of the wheel chock, right down in here, you can see we put another galvanized screw in there as well too. So we got 3 anchoring points, and we got our anchors to hold it steady. Down here with our other anchoring points, we got 4 of those. And that's pretty much it, man. She goes up and down. And based on the last video I showed you, that it was barely on the edge because we had the wood on the end over there. And now we solidified that. Hold on a minute. All right, this is the comparison I wanted to show you with the Condor versus the Harbor Freight one. What I noticed, like, this is the one that I have, and I know that, you know, the way that it's set up, I really like it, because when you put it on the lift, you have to change the front of the Harbor Freight. So, like I said before, and I wanted to kind of do a little comparison. Notice how the part that I drive in the cradle is here. And on the Condor, you can slide this pin back and slide the entry however you want it based on how wide your tire is. The one on the Harbor Freight is backwards. You put the stopping point at this end and you're able to adjust it. And then this end is based on one hole. This is my thinking. On the stand, you can't push this back, because if you push this back to accommodate the tire, now on the back end, you're starting to go more and more towards the back. And I don't want to be in that situation based on if I get somebody that can come over and I can help them and they have a longer bike, let's say they have a longer neck on it, it might push it towards the end. I don't know. I'm just hypothetically saying. So what I did, like I showed you, I modified it. Like, let's put this up here. Let's see what happens. like this one, the condor isn't necessarily as long as it was before I cut it. Like right now, I'm probably like, what, 2 inches, maybe 3 inches longer than the one that's longer than the Harbor Freight one. The Harbor Freight one came all the way back here. And if you're trying to do oil changes, like you already know that your oil changes are gonna get messy, but if you got that bracket all the way back here, that's gonna affect your oil changes. So it is what it is, and that's why I cut it. Also, like I told you before, this is the stopping point, and you make your adjustments back here. So basically what I did to the Harbor Freight one, I modified it so it looked kind of like this condor. And that's why I went that route. I haven't seen anybody do that yet. Nobody said they made any modifications to it, but I like the ability to have anybody come on top of the lift and I can adjust it here as opposed to making a stopping point and pushing it back like that. I don't like that idea. So that's what I did, and like I said, I won't be using this one anywhere else other than on the lift, so it is what it is. And I got my condor that I can put inside Blue Tiger, and also on the floor if I just so happen to move this out of the way just to make space. But like I said, man, we're continuing. I got to take part of I got to take this lower end of the motor out, and we'll progressively be working on that, and we'll give you more content of obviously taking that apart. And there'll be some other things that I choose to do as far as, like, just in life, man. Pages are necessarily for just motorcycles. It's more so just a glimpse of life and kind of make those memories, and you have a connection with the video. So with that said, man, I want to try something else. I haven't seen anybody do this yet, and we're gonna see if it happens. But obviously we got a space in there. Let's see what happens. If it falls, you guys, you can comment on that below if it falls. So it is what it is, but we're gonna see if it's mobile and we can push it in the garage. Let's see. I'm already saying it's not mobile because I can't even move the thing. So come on. I'll take that back. Oh, pushing the wrong way. Here we go. Let's see if it'll roll. Got my straight point. I'm on the twisted end. Let's see. There you go. There goes nothing. A dragging? Or is it just too heavy? No, as you see, it's definitely strapped down, so make it do what it do. And there we go, man. So there you go with your Harbor Freight lift, man. It's also mobile. That's in case you want to move it a little bit. So like I said, man, hey, we're just trying to make something for you guys to see and let you know there's something different out there. So with that said, man, I'll see you next time.